So Kim Andrews starting on pole, Jack Atkinson second. Watching for the lights, 28 cars I believe it was will be taking this start. Watch for the lights.
29.
And they 29. Oh my goodness. 20 cars. 2 lights, 4 lights are red, and we are go for race 3 of round 2. And Atkinson getting a good start. Gerda falling back. Atkinson side by side for the lead into turn number 1. And who's that? Scott can't get it. Atkinson has the lead through turn number 1. What's on and back? Everyone through seemingly clean so far, and someone is off in the back. I can tell. De Jong has spun into turn 1, so he is last. And Shirkashin, I believe, is having his big problems in the turn 4 area. Several cars off. Love it. Makalowski also off. Anyone else off? I bet Alan Ross putting a couple, putting the car off onto the grass, exiting turn 4, or 5, excuse me. Heading through 6 and 7. Everyone seeming to be fairly clean once again so far, but it took till lap 2 for him to get it all wrong. Chris Ford and Pavlovic side by side, and a crash coming out of turn number 8. Big crash, big crash. Who's that? Wilkinson, Novak, Pars involved. And Makalowski is spinning. Cars contacting all over. Shirkashin almost being tipped over. And Van Buren has crashed. And he's being now he's being hounded by
he's managed to get going again.
But big carnage now here in the second half of the first lap. Massive crash coming onto the bridge straight. Atkinson is going off at the first turn. Europe will reclaim the lead and lead this first lap. Scott was going to come through. Is he going to try and thread the wheel? Will he have him? No! Jordan leading into turn 1. Contact between Anderson and Atkinson. Almost spin. And Anderson is sliding around. Alvaros and Atkinson. Diaz trying to get around Atkinson. Atkinson down from 1st to 5th in the front stretch. Side by side at turn 5 between Diaz and Dolezal. Dolezal on the grass keeps it going. Behind. What is up? Nothing. Everyone's trying to keep it straight. Novak has made a pit stop. De Jong in 21st, but everyone keeping it on all fours so far. Purs with heavy looking damage. Nothing really major on the damage meter. Malaki in pits. Novak in pits. Jura leads from Nolan Scott. Anderson 3rd behind. Loudon's 4th. 5th Atkinson. Dolezal 6th. 7th is Diaz, 8th Van Buren, 9th Baton, and 10th Dennis Lind. Van Buren going to try and charge his way back through as they head through the chicane. Bouncing over the curves now. We're going to have a side-by-side for second place. Scott and Anderson. And Shirkashin causing a caution. I hear someone's off in the gravel out on the outside. That's Marquez. Everyone's still on all fours, thankfully. Jurda still leading from Scott. Anderson in 3rd. Anderson trying to chase down Scott. So a 3-car battle for the top spot. Once again, chaotic first lap.
Yep, Shirkashin has caused about quite a lot of yellow flags in this first couple of laps. He's caused a lot of yellow flags all day, actually, always through the same corner. Every time he goes through chicane, he does spin pretty much every time. I don't know what he's doing, but he's down pretty far near the back of the grid. But we're looking at the battle for 2nd and 3rd. This is holding Nolan Scott and Anderson up. They should be working together to try and catch Gerd, but actually what they're doing is holding each other up. But Gerd makes a small mistake ahead of them and is being caught by Nolan Scott.
Nolan right on the back bumper. Will he get around Jared and not into the chicane? Jared getting through. Nolan right up on 2 wheels. Shirkashin to join the spectators. Jared is still holding the lead. 4 cars all right close together for the lead. So a mistake from either one of them could send them right back down the pack. Atkinson in 5th, fairly far back. Yeah, once again, craziness on the start. De Jong having it off at the chicane. He's still the right way up, so he's fine. Scott falling back a little bit from Jurda. Once again, very hard to pass on this very tight track.
Right, okay, we have an order. We have Gier in the lead, we have Scott in second, Anderson in third, Loudon's fourth, and Atkinson, who started on second place, is fifth. Ben Kyo times out. I don't know where he was in the standings, but he is now out of the race already.
He was down around 15th, battling with Sonic Realms cars.
Got a battle for 6th position, 6th, 7th, and 8th between Diaz, Dolezal, and Van Buren. Dolezal getting a little sideways through turn 10 area, and Van Buren's going to try. Dennis Lind also joining this party. There's almost a bit of contact. Van Buren right on the back bumper through here. One mistake from either of them will send all three of them off. And Van Buren almost tapping Dolezal, having to check up. So letting Dolezal. Lind's going to come up on the inside. He'll take 8th from Van Buren, but Van Buren almost on the crossover. Can't get it. So Lind being pushed by Van Buren down the front stretch. Van Buren, is he going to try to go around the inside into turn number 1? Or around them? No, he's going to just try and hang back. Maybe wait for a mistake.
Yep, good move there by Lind. Opportunistic. He saw that Van Buren was being held up and managed to sneak through on the inside of the final corner. De Jong times out. He was near the back anyway. He had some problems, so that's the end of his race as well.
Lind on Dolezal on the inside. Turn 6. Contact spin. Dolezal's off. Dolezal is off through turn 6.
So's Lind.
Lind is off at turn 7 now also. Is he going to come in front of everyone? No, he keeps it clean. No massive problems there except for those two. Once again, it's all going mega here. Jurdip still being tracked down by Nolan Scott. Anderson falling back a little bit towards Loudon's. But once again, mega racing here.
Yep.
Anderson on 2 wheels.
Right now.
Almost been passed by Loudon's here.
Yep, you're looking at Anderson. He's in the core racing car being passed and battle for the lead. Scott going past. Scott is going to go on the outside.
The final turn.
Scott goes around the outside. He's done it. Contact! Giada has gone off. Scott has gone off. Scott keeps going. He comes in front of his teammate. Anderson goes past. No, Scott is on the grass. He's going to end up in 3rd position or 4th. He just passes everyone. Anderson is in the lead, being chased by Loudons.
Atkinson hits Giada.
Yep. Giada dropped to 4th and got hit by Atkinson. They keep going. New race leader, Anderson.
Anderson winning the first race. He's back there. Loudon's chasing him down. But massive action happening. Diaz getting around Atkinson. Van Buren trying to slip around Atkinson. They both do. Van Buren now right behind Diaz as they head down towards turn number 9.
Great move by Van Buren there, just followed Diaz through in the space.
Jurda gonna try. Will he try to get around Nolan? Loudon's on the inside of Anderson. Out of the final turn, Loudon's will come. It's gonna be a drag race. Who's gonna lead the lap? Loudon, Anderson, side by side. Loudon's getting a bit of a better run. Looks like Loudon's might have it into turn number 1, but Anderson's gonna try and come back around the outside, and Loudon's will have the lead. New leader.
Anderson ran wide out of the chicane, and that's what allowed Loudons to get up the inside and take the lead.
Yep, great move. Again, just took the better line through the final corner, got the slipstream, got alongside, a little bit of contact, but it was all good. He got past and is the new race leader at Loudons. That's about the 5th race leader we've had so far today in this race.
Got to say, this is some of the best racing overall we've seen all day.
Yeah, it's taken them 30 odd laps to eventually get used to the track and produce great racing.
Yep, just looking at Dennis Lind here. They are in following Zdenek Kagash. Dennis Lind is in 13th, Kagash is in 12th. Just pulling away from Lind is Kagash. That battle was looking close, but not anymore. Pavlovic is out of the race. He disconnects, so he was a bit fed up. He did join the spectators a moment ago. Okay, back at the front, Loudons is pulling away from Anderson ever so slightly. More than ever so slightly, it's now a half a second gap. It's looking good for Loudons right now, but There's still 9 laps to go.
Well, we have a second to mention. The next up on the ITCC calendar is on the 15th of March from Blackwood. So 3 races of 19 laps each from the Blackwood Grand Prix circuit. Then after that, oh no, South City. So if we thought Fern Bay was crazy, just wait for South City.
Yes, indeed. Look, just on board with Lovett here. Just
oh, Atkinson and Atkinson's been spun. Contact with Baton. Bit of contact, might have been a touch of latency lag involved, but Atkinson has dropped from starting second back to 9th.
Yep,
but at this rate, who doesn't have damage? Who doesn't have damage? Looks like Loudon's doesn't, Anderson doesn't, but apart from that, almost everyone else has some sort of damage, I would think.
Yep, FX, the guys who make these cars, they're gonna have some major bills to pay when they bring these cars back to the workshop after the race.
The body fabricators will not be happy when the trailers come back to the shops tomorrow.
What have you done to my car?
Side by side coming out of the final turn as Lynn getting around Kagas to try and work. Lovett also going to barge his way through. Lovett getting a good run on Lynn. Lovett's going to come around the outside of Lynn. This is the battle for 12th. Heading in turn 1. They'll be side by side in turn 1. Lovett backing off a bit wisely. Ooh, he's had to go across over the grass a little bit. Not getting time. Ooh, bit of bottlenecking going on back here in this racing. Lovett's off in the grass a little bit. He'll lose some time there.
Yeah, now he's got some stuff on his tyres as well, as Kagash behind him is being pressured by Jukovic. Or Vukovic. Vukovic
almost contact between Burns. Burns up to 15th, excuse me. And Kagas is going to try and get around Lovett. Oh, contact almost. Lovett trying almost a bit of a block, and contact between Kagas and Burns. Almost sending him spinning. Lovett way up on the berm at the curbing there.
Yep, this is the battle for 14th position. Kagash is the guy you're looking at in the red car. Behind him is Burns in the core racing car. And they have managed to keep it just about clean enough to keep going on this lap. We're on just about to start lap 10. The leaders have already started lap 10. Loudon's still in the lead, just ahead of them. Oh, Kagash goes into the grass again, loses time, and that will give Burns an advantage into the first corner.
Burns going to try around the outside into turn number 1. And will he? No, he will tap the brakes a little bit, let him off, but Kagas getting it a little wrong, so Burns right back on the back bumper. Ooh, almost a bit of contact there, and Kagas getting out of the way, a bit of a bump, nudging him out of the way a little bit. So Kagash and Jukovic, also Jukovic's going to try and get around Kagash. Jason Matthews off turn 6, as Kagas still ahead of Jukovic. But Jukovic is trying, he's going to come around the inside exiting turn 8 as they charge down the bridge to turn number 9.
Just Diaz nearly rolls it there, gets passed by Rudy Van Buren coming through the final corner. And he's done so. Rudy Van Buren gets through into 5th.
For the first part of the lap there, Gerda was coming under heavy pressure from Diaz, so that's been relieved, but now he's got Van Buren.
Van Buren doing a bit of blocking there.
It was about this time in the previous round in race 3 that Van Buren made a pass on the pole sitter from the reverse grid, and that didn't work out too well, so if he continues to catch Kim Andre Gerda, then it'll be interesting to see if he can get past him.
Yep, Gerda has been holding his own during this race. He was leader for a while. Just had a bit of contact going on for him. Now down in 4th position, but he shouldn't be disheartened. He's doing a great job.
having looked down here for 14th, 15th area, Yukovic and Kagas still together. Almaraz and Bolshevik are also fairly close. Bolshevik a little further back. Almost contact between Kagas and Yukovic as they come through turn 9-10, but they will keep going straight. Yukovic's going to try to settle down for just a second to set up another run as they head to the chicane for another time. Here, working lap number 11, starting lap 12. So the battle for 15th and 16th between Kagas and Yukovic. Oh, Kagaski a little there, but also Yukovic being caught up behind him. So not good for Yukovic. Yukovic right behind Kagash as they head through turn 5. See if Yukovic can get her.
Almaraz just got held up slightly there. He's now just going to be passed by Boljevic, or nearly. He managed to defend. Almaraz is the guy you're looking at in the blue and white car. Just ahead of him is the battle for 15th position. Go on board with Almaraz. So
Yukovic gets alongside Kagas.
Van Buren and Diaz have collided at the chicane. Van Buren went on 2 wheels and he spun, and Diaz also ran wide and they collided.
Yep, they're still going, but yeah, there was contact there. Van Buren is in 6th position, so he's lost a position over Diaz.
Somebody said in the comments in the stream that this is getting boring. Don't know what race they're watching.
Indeed. Looking at Dolezal, no, we're not looking at... Yeah, we're looking at Dolezal. Here's Dolezal just being passed by Dennis Lynn.
Around, oh, but he puts it off. Will that help Dolezal? Not sure. Also, Atkinson and Marquez having a battle for 9th. Atkinson doing fairly well to hold Marquez off for the past couple laps. Hugo Marquez trying to get around Jack Atkinson. Atkinson, the only New Dimension Racing driver in today's race. But things have started to calm down a little bit, especially... Oh, someone's off! Pers has almost rolled it at turn 7, but he keeps it down, but he's hit the wall. He will recover fairly well. No one entirely coming to be in the way. Atkinson bounding over the curbs. Atkinson almost spinning. Atkinson has spun. Almost spun. But Marquez has got around. But Marquez making a bit of a mistake at turn 4, excuse me. But Marquez getting around Atkinson thanks to a mistake from Atkinson. But Atkinson's going to try to come back up the inside. No, can't do it.
Battle for 9th position. Marquez in the red car. Marquez goes off!
Marquez is off!
Big mistake.
Oh, now they're side by side. Nice save from Marquez. Oh, they hit the wall!
Kagash has been off. Stedek Kagash has been off after turn 4. Under the bridge. He's back on track again, but he's lost a monumental amount of positions.
Pass per second as known. Scott goes up the inside of Enerson. Or does he? No.
No, can't do it.
Enerson manages to stay ahead. Thought there might be some team orders going on here, but obviously not.
Nolan trying to gain as many points back as he can over Van Buren. Should be a fairly even points day for both Van Buren and Nolan, I would expect. I haven't done any official math or even contemplated any actual math, but Dolezal causing a yellow somewhere. Everyone's still... Oh, someone's rolled! Someone has rolled, but they have spectated. Bolshevik was rolling, I saw, but then he spec'd. But as we hopefully are back watching Nolan and Anderson as they head into turn 9 and then 10. The easy's on the back side of the course. Scott gonna try and once again chase down Anderson.
Yep, good lines through the sweepers there. Through the chicane, he's going to have to hold back a little bit. Anderson is a bit further through the chicane. Nolan Scott absolutely on the 2 wheels.
2 laps to go when they get the line, so we'll be on the penultimate lap this time.
And he's through! Nolan Scott
Needs
gets
to force
through.
him wide.
Brilliant move.
Back alongside though.
But
Not very much, though. No, looks like he'll have the position, though. Yes, indeed. Over Anderson. So Nolan, will he be chasing down Loudons? He's got 5 seconds to go, but I don't know if he hasn't got that time to do it unless Loudons makes a mistake. Diaz is right on the back bumper of Commander Gerda for 4th position.
yep, Diaz don't think he's going to get past before the end of the race. So we just keep looking at the battle for 2nd and 3rd. Because it's very close indeed. Anderson nearly touching the back of Nolan Scott there onto the bridge section. Anderson now in the slipstream. It's a bad place to be in the slipstream through these sweepers. You'll lose all your front grip. He has to step on the brakes ever so slightly. Oh, he's going to have to... Oh, Nolan Scott goes onto the inside of the track on the hill. He gets onto the hilly section and nearly rolls it. He's pushing hard. I don't think Loudons is away and clear.
If they Loudons pulled a second out on these, is the final lap now being started by Loudons, and then these two as they will fall completing the 16th circuit of 17. So 1 more circuit to go with the track. Will Anderson be able to overtake Scott? Diaz is going to come around the outside of Gerda as they come across the line, and so Diaz trying to get 4th position to help Core Racing, can't do it. Gerda holding 4th position, defending. Ooh, almost contact there. Keeping an eye also on Scott and Anderson. Diaz, Gerda also close. Anderson is off. That will hurt him definitely. Half a lap to go now.
Further back, Dennis Lynn's just got past Jack Atkinson and Hugo Marquez on the same lap. So Lynn now up to
no idea
9,
where to look right now.
Atkinson now down to 11th.
We're going to stay with the battle for 4th position between Diaz and Giard, because it's the closest on this final lap. Wow, nearly!
Whoa!
It's just so quick. Giard on 2 wheels.
Right on the back bumper. Oh, Diaz, 2 wheels on the grass.
Walked on there,
Loudon's
going
coming
to
out of
the
the
left
final
hander.
turn. What's going to happen to the chicane? Gerda keeping it. Well, Diaz bouncing over the curbs. Loudons has won, but watching this battle here, Nolan Scott will take 2nd. 3rd, what will happen? Gerda looks like he'll come to get 4th. And Commander Gerda will start 1st, finishing 4th. Diaz 5th. Van Buren 6th position. 7th is Fora. Baton in will come to finish 8th position. Dennis Lind and Marquez in a battle for 9th, but Lind should have it.
Love it in 12th, going into the
Atkinson's
chicane.
off on
Boom!
There's a spun.
Love it gets hit up the rear. And Vukovic gets past Lovett, who spun up to the chicane, and that's it for Lovett. He's going to finish 14th. What
Atkinson
a
coming.
race!
Whoa! Atkinson will finish 12th after starting 2nd. Lovett finishing in 14th. Dolzell 15th. Makulowski in 16th. Almaraz will be coming around to finish. Kevin Burns and Lovett taking on, but they'd already finished. Almaraz will come. He'll finish in 17th position. 18th will be Kagas. 19th, David Novak. Maliki, I do believe, also has to finish still. Yep, Maliki will come to finish.
Pairs is
20th
still
position.
to finish. I was a bit naughty by the leaders there.
Pairs
Full
also
pace going past Pairs as he's still to complete the race.
And here's Purr's last car to finish, I do believe. He'll finish 21st. So it appears everyone has finally finished, but chaotic 3 races today. absolute chaos all races. But congratulations, 3 different winners in all the races today. Anderson won race 1, Van Buren race 2, if memory serves, and then also Loudon's winning race 3. So if we'll have a look at the results here. So, Loudon's winning, Nolan Scott finishing second. And so, Loudon's first, Nolan Scott second, Anderson third, Commander Girda fourth, Phil Diaz finishing race 3 in 5th, Van Buren 6th, 7th would be Fora, Baton 8th, as you see the results now pop on screen, Baton 8th, Lind 9th, and Marquez 10th. And Kevin Burns 11th, Jack Atkinson 12th, Yukovic 13th, Jason Levitt 14th, Dolzal 15th, Makalowski 16th, 17th, Almaraz, Kagas 18th, 19th, David Novak, Lucas Malaki in 20th. And then finishing 21st of the finishers was Pers. Who would be your driver of the day, Mr. Michael Booth?
Well, I'd have to go for Enerson. He qualified on pole after... He wasn't an outsider, but I didn't expect him to be that far up. Of course, the fact he had no ballast did help, but he had a good first race, and he would have won the second race, it looked like, but for the screen failing for 6 seconds. And in this race, produced some great racing and was third.
Michael, your driver of the race?
Yeah, me and Michael Booth agreed that it's definitely Enerson. He set the fastest pole time, we set the fastest qualifying time, he managed to win the race 1, should have won race 2, but after a PC bug he was unable to, and managed to get all the way back to 3rd position in the 3rd race. It's just a great drive from him, Enerson. Well-deserved driver of the day.
And I will also agree with you. Final thoughts from you, Michael Booth, on today's racing?
Well, it was such a great race. I don't know if we can live up to it at Blackwood, but I'm sure they'll try, and let's hope it's slightly cleaner, but I'm sure they'll not sacrifice the cleanliness for a great racing next time either.
Indeed. Michael Passingham, your final thoughts?
Yep, I've already been harsh today, so let's focus on the positives. The guys who did the good racing, I'm extremely impressed with some of the driving skill. For some of the drivers anyway, they knew how to overtake, they knew how to be patient. There were some who weren't able to do that, but they will learn, and we will continue on to the next race, hoping for something even better. Just a final thought, I think that, yeah, in this race, the 19th place finisher, Novak, got the fastest lap. Amazing stuff. That sums up the strangest weekend in racing I've ever seen.
Well, if you're racing in the park, it's hard to set the fastest laps with all that traffic.
Indeed. Final thoughts from me. Chaotic racing, I do hope the admins will take a very strict line on some of the behavior that we saw today. But indeed, very great racing when we had it, but also some very daft racing, as it were, to say the least. So, round 3 will be on the 15th of March from Blackwood. As you see some shots of the now empty and now quiet Fern Bay Gold Reversed. So, thanks to the admins, thanks to all racers for participating. Congratulations to winner. For Michael Booth, Michael Passingham, I'm Jonathan Palmer saying so long from Fern Bay Gold.